All right, let's get right to it. So I don't know what it is when it comes to like, platinum in games that, I don't know. I guess it's that I don't necessarily like feel like sitting down for a long period of time and actually, you know, going through the list of trophies to actually, you know, obtain in order to platinum a game. But for some reason, like I can't do it. But the one game or the only games that I've been able to, do it with, within the past couple of years was the Spider-Man games. Now, the very first Spider-Man game that I ever platinum was, it's crazy. It actually should have been a Miles Morales game because, I mean, as you guys know, if you take a good look at my channel, you'll be able to know that, it's a controversial opinion, but like I do like Miles Morales, significantly more than, I guess you could say most of the other Spider-Man games that came out, and that's including Spider-Man 2, but I will say that the first Spider-Man game that I ever platinum was the Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So, one day, I was playing the game and then it's crazy because like I kind of like I beat the game. I had already beat the game by that point. Like I beat it probably like twice. And then it kind of came a point where I was like, you know what? Like I play this game a lot, like just Spider-Man games in general. Like I play Spider-Man games in general like a lot. But I told myself, you know what? Because up until that point, I always told myself, like, I am going to eventually platinum a Spider-Man game, or like just platinum a game in general. But of course, it ended up being a Spider-Man game. Now, one of the first trophies that I ever obtained was the I think the trophy that I had the most difficulty obtaining in Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, that is, for the PS5, like, was the one where like you actually had to fly across the city. You basically had to fly from the city across the river in to Queens, I believe. That was actually like the I guess you could say like the trophy that I had the most difficulty obtaining, but then you had the other easy trophies, like the ones where he goes to the baseball field and like he runs around, he runs around the entire baseball field and then he runs to first base. Now that's probably one of the easiest trophies like in any video game, so that one. And then which one? And of course, like, you got the ones with like the web takedowns and everything. Like you gotta perform a certain amount of web takedowns, stealth attacks and everything. Yeah, so that, which is, Marvel Spider-Man 2, that's actually the first game that I ever platinum for my PS5. And mind you, I had the PS5 ever since it came out, like back in 2020, so now, as I mentioned before a little bit earlier in the video, like I actually had Marvel Spider-Man, what's that? This was Miles Morales. Yeah, this was the Miles Morales games. Now that's the Spider-Man game that I really should have already platinum. Like I should have already had platinum that, because I already had about 200 and something hours. And like even to this day, like when I go back and I look, I actually look at like, like the amount of time, because like when you have the PS5, like it actually tells you the amount of time that you played, the amount of hours. Like I have 240 something hours in the game, if I'm not mistaken. And like there was a point where like I didn't have that many hours, but like I had a decent amount of hours as to where like I should have already been platinum the game, so eventually I had to literally backtrack. So after I did the Marvel Spider-Man 2 one, probably like a couple of months down the line, like I took and I went back and I was like, you know what, let me go back and platinum Marvel's what's that, the Miles Morales game, because honestly, as I said before, like I'm not really a trophy hunter. Like I was never a trophy hunter, so yeah, so I was able to finally, and I felt so accomplished when I got it, because I'm like, oh man, this was like, it honestly took like a long time for me to be able to even come to the conclusion of like, okay, I'm going to platinum this game. But eventually, like I platinumed the game and everything. Now I will say as you got like take a look at the channel, like I just recently started playing the original Spider-Man 2018, the one that initially came out for the PS4, but like I'm actually playing a remastered version with the with the new face skin. And that's another thing that I'm, I kind of don't really like, even to this day. Like, I know we kind of over it at this point, but like, I'm not gonna lie, they probably should have never changed the face skin, but we gonna get back on topic now. I ended up, as I said, platinuming the Spider-Man Miles Morales, and like, yeah, that was a good one. But with Spider-Man 2018, like, I still didn't platinum that one to this day. Like, I went back. I'm going back now, as I just mentioned, and I'm actually going to, with this playthrough, I'm actually going to make sure I platinum, the Spider-Man 2018, which is something that's long overdue, just like with the Miles Morales one, because I don't know, like, it's crazy because like once I platinum that, like the Spider-Man 2018 game, that's actually going to be the third Spider-Man game in a row that I platinum. Because literally the only games at this point that I platinum was, as I said, the Miles Morales game, and then also Marvel Spider-Man 2. So it would be kind of good to like add that to the collection. It's kind of off topic, but like I said, I've been playing Resident Evil, and that's actually another game that I want to platinum, Resident Evil 9, that just recently came out. So I'm going to do a playthrough of that. Eventually, you guys just let me know in the comment section if you actually want me to play that game. But back to top. We're going back to topic. To the main topic. Yeah. So I decided to make this video because I was like, because I was just kind of like brainstorming different ideas, and I'm like, I just thought about it. I'm like, yo, I'm not really like a trophy hunter like that, so I figured that would be like a decent, video to make, so this is just, a little quick video, but moving forward, as I said before, like, this is going to be a Spider-Man driven channel. Every now and then I'll probably post something, a little different, but for 80% of the channel is going to be Spider-Man, and then other 20% will be something else, just based off of how you guys react to it, the non-Spider-Man content, that is. But as I said before, this was just a quick little video. I just kind of wanted to throw it out there, because this was just something that was on my mind. So with that being said, thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen, like and subscribe, and I'll be back again with some more Spider-Man gameplay.